Before we get started, I have a challenge for you. Throw something in the comments section to let us know what are some of the weirdest traits or disorders of someone that you've ever been in a relationship with. Today I want to tell you about a psychopathology that's rarely discussed, and it comes in the form of different types of traits and can sometimes be an actual mental disorder. With that being said, today I want to show you a red flag to watch out for, regardless if it's male or female, when you're looking for a long-term relationship. This one is extremely dangerous, and most people have never heard about it, although many of you have experienced it. And the trait is called externalizing. Before I tell you what some of these symptoms are, let me explain to you where it comes from. Everyone has what's called a locus of control. This means that whatever motivates you to act either comes from within you or comes from the environment around you. People like myself that have an internal locus of control, we do things to make things happen. Someone that has an external locus of control would be someone that blames everything that they do on what's happening around them. In other words, they're motivated by the influences around them instead of what comes from inside of them. So they don't get angry at you because of something that they perceive is coming from inside themselves. They get angry at you because they perceive that you have done something wrong. Here's where it gets dangerous, because the way that they regulate their own emotions is not by controlling themselves. It's not by having any level of self-discipline. It's not by reining in anything they're doing on their own. Instead of controlling themselves, they try to control everything around them. And if you are going to be around them, they're going to try to control you. This is where you hear things like, don't do that, or this irritates me, or stop doing that. And they try to tell you how they're going to monopolize your time. This weekend, we're going to do this. This Sunday, we're going to do this. On Saturday, we're going to do this. And guess what we're doing tonight? No, I don't care what you think. Here's what we're going to do. Some people will confuse this with narcissism. And although there are some parallels there, this is completely different because of where it is originating from. And an externalizer doesn't believe and doesn't understand that they're controlling people for their own benefit, whereas a narcissist does. And for many people, this will sound familiar. When they plan things for you or they tell you how things are going to go during the weekend or during the time that you're with them, if you deviate from that even a little bit, there's going to be a problem. And they get out of sorts because they're on this quest perpetually to permanently try to manipulate everything around them to be the way that they want it to be. But it's an effort in futility because no one can do that. And I would ask you to take a minute to understand that they're doing this generally, unlike a narcissist who is doing it to use someone else. An externalizer is doing it to calm down anxiety and to relieve the sense of being out of control. For those of you that have experienced a relationship like this, you'll notice that not only do they get anxious, but that leads to anger. And so the smallest thing that deviates from whatever the plan they have sends them over the edge, and then you get blamed for things, and no matter what happens, they're irritated. Here's the kicker. Most of the time, externalizers lack any insight or even awareness that they're the ones that are doing this. And this is where it gets sticky for their partner, is that if you ever try to explain to them and sit them down and show them very carefully where these things are originating inside them, this is where the psychopathology takes over, because they immediately think that you're trying to manipulate them. And it's because they don't have enough social awareness, because the spectrum that they are on, much like someone who's on an autistic spectrum, when you get into certain areas, they don't have the awareness or they don't have enough insight into the big picture to see how it all comes together. And it's the same thing here. This is where you will hear things like, you're just trying to trick me, you're trying to control me, you don't understand me, you don't care about me. And all of these things are coming from a place that they truly believe inside themselves. Again, unlike a narcissist who knows that they're making these things up. So the problem is long-term, they cannot, it's not that they will not, it's that they cannot accept responsibility, personal responsibility for things that they are actually perpetuating. Long-term, this means that if you're in a relationship like this, you will already know what I'm going to tell you. And that is that it is impossible to have a fulfilling, relaxing, long-term relationship without stress or anxiety or walking on eggshells. Have you ever met anybody like this that just could not take responsibility for themselves and they tried to control people around them? Or maybe you've known somebody that had parts of those traits, but instead of being a controller, what they do instead is they simply blame everything on everything around them. They'll never take responsibility for themselves. It's always someone else's fault. If you've been through any form of this and you have any type of experience with this, throw it in the comment section.